So there are a number of components that make up the retail store application. But for this tutorial, the component that we'll focus on is the cart component. So let's take a look at how the cart component utilizes the Redux store. So the cart component uses the select cart items method from our Redux store, which essentially allows us to dig into the application state and select all the items that are in the cart array. And as a reminder, when we analyze our application in the browser and we look at the state, then the cart items is an array of objects representing each product that has been added to the cart. So when we access the cart items from the Redux store, we use that data in a number of ways in the cart component. So one way we use it is inside of the get subtotal method. So what we'll do is take the cart items and use the reduce method to add up the total of the items in the cart. Another way that we'll use the cart items data is by displaying the number of items that we have inside of the cart by getting the length of the cart items array. So if we have 2 items in the array, then when we get the length, it will say 2 items. And the third way that we use the cart items data is by using the map method to iterate over each item in the array and display the details on the screen. So we'll show the quantity for that particular item, we'll show the price for that particular item, and we'll show the title. So let's look at how we could approach testing the cart component. So it may seem like all we need to do is simply import the provider, the store, and wrap our component in the provider inside of our test. And we can run our test to see what happens. And the test does pass, but there's a number of problems with this approach. One problem is that we're using the production version of our Redux store, which is not what we want to use in our tests. Another problem is that for any test, we have to use this same code where we import the provider and wrap our component to test inside of it. Another problem is that we're not able to insert controllable test data for each one of our test cases. So what we need to do is figure out how we can create our own custom provider that allows us to insert controllable test data for each of our tests. So in the next video, we're going to learn a strategy to do this.